This is back to the screen and the button control for the monitor. Basically, it has a few different modes. We're still in data logging, so get out of that. Here's the menu. Got monitor, settings. Data log is what I just showed with the LabVIEW app. Just basically sends all the information over to the LabVIEW app, and that it deciphers that, shows it up on the gauges. This is monitor mode. This is what you might be able to use while in car. It's TAC, the wideband, which doesn't look like it's actually working. I think that sensor's fried. Too quick. Mass airflow value about 2.425 volts at idle. Manifold absolute value. That sensor's not hooked up. That's a GM sensor that I have that actually fits in one of the grommets on the intake manifold of this. So that wire is just floating at the moment. Cool. Coolant temp. That's not correlated to anything, so I just left it in volts. Intake manifold temp. I left room for a sensor to put on the intake manifold. I think it would be interesting to see, if I had like an accelerometer as well, you could see, better performance when it's cold or something like that. Wasn't really sure what to do. Knock sensor, you can see it changing between 0 and 13 volts, depending on when the AVR reads that voltage. So if I had a scope, it might be a little bit more helpful. See what's going on there. Battery voltage stays pretty constant. Should. System voltage 5 volts. I used really good quality linear regulator on the system because I wanted it to have a good reference for the ADC. The injectors, that wasn't hooked up. Narrow band, I don't think I hooked that up. Maybe I did. It's been a while now. Throttle position, not hooked up. Oh, back to the TAC. Let's see if we So, about idle here. Turn on that. Pretty good. The TAC was definitely the signal that took the most amount of time to figure out. Basically, there's 2 pulses per crank rev, and once you know that, you can take the time between them to figure out how fast the engine's turning. And I did that with a software interrupt. One of the little problems I had was that if it wasn't connected or the engine wasn't running, the software would lock up because it was always waiting for it to be triggered. But then I created a condition where if it's, sets a variable, if it's like -1, then ignore it kind of deal. That's it.